About 2 years ago, I noticed something strange happening with my MS, but I ignored it, not because I'm brave, because I'm stubborn. At first it seemed small, something most people would brush off. But looking back now, it was the first sign my MS was changing. If I had recognized it sooner, I might have handled things differently. Today, what that sign was, why it matters, and how to spot it in yourself. Also, Neury is here to help explain things, which probably makes this less helpful. If you're new here, my name is Andrea, and I've been living with MS for about 10 years now. This channel is where we talk about what MS is really like, the good, the bad, and the moments where your brain decides to run Windows 95. And if that sounds familiar, welcome to Team Neury. Have you ever had that feeling? That tiny nagging thought, something is just a little off? I got pretty good at ignoring it until one day I couldn't. What if the biggest messages our bodies send start as the quietest whispers? I'm going to share the subtle MS shift I brushed aside for months, and how a simple, almost comical, fall finally made me listen. This isn't a scary story, I promise. It's a reminder that paying attention is our superpower. It's about tuning into that frequency before the volume gets all the way up. My name is Andrea. I've been living with multiple sclerosis for over a decade now. Most days, we're good. My MS and I have an understanding. It stays in its corner. I live my life. Friends, work, organizing my bookshelf by color. This community is about the ups and downs, with humor and honesty. Let's set the scene. For about 2 years, things were blessedly boring. My MRIs were clean, no new activity. Treatment was working, routine down to a science. Coffee, gentle yoga, work, walk the dog, Netflix. Predictable in the best way. A long, deep breath after years of uncertainty. The calm sea I'd been wishing for. Then, a little ripple appeared. So small I barely noticed. A slight shift in the rhythm. Like a new background instrument in a song you know by heart. It makes you wonder, was that always there? A quiet hum beneath the surface. And I kept on dancing, hoping it was nothing. The first sign was my left foot. It wasn't dramatic. No sudden numbness. Far more subtle. A feeling of disconnection. Imagine a very thick sock on one foot. Right foot felt wood grain, coolness, solid surface. Left felt like thin foam. Sensation muted, like someone turned down the nerves. Tree pose I've done thousands of times. Easy. Switched sides and wobbled. Right toes responded instantly. Left were sluggish, like messages took detours. Weird. I managed it, but it took way more mental effort, manually overriding a faulty connection. I joked to my dog. She tilted her head. Left foot decided to sleep in. Small delay in my step. Millisecond drag. Started wearing shoes inside. Easy to explain away. Then came the fatigue. I know what you're thinking. Andrea, we have MS. Fatigue is our middle name. And you're right. I know cog fog, bone deep tired. But this was different. A heavy blanket landing for no reason. On a calm day, just answering emails after 8 hours of sleep, suddenly it would hit. Less tired muscles, more like my battery got unplugged. From 80% to 15% in a minute, low power flashing. A simple grocery run turned into a shutdown in the cereal aisle. Legs became lead. Pushing the cart was Herculean. Couldn't remember if I needed granola or oatmeal. An urgent need to sit on the linoleum. System shut down. It kept happening. Felt unpredictable. Easy to blame stress or sleep. But the pattern grew. Alongside the foot weirdness and fatigue came clumsiness. Typing and suddenly fingers were clumsy sausages. Double hits. Missed keys. I blamed speed. Or not enough coffee. Started dropping keys more. Fumbling door locks. Phone slipped more often. Thank you, tiny tank case. Fine motor felt like a faulty bulb. Intermittent failures. Then the moment, my favorite yellow mug, you got this. My hand didn't spasm. It forgot. The mug slid a few inches, clanked on granite. A small chip. It felt symbolic. A little chip in coordination. I joked, guess I don't got this today. But the image stuck with me. You'd think alarm bells would ring. Instead, it was a distant car alarm, annoying, easy to tune out. We normalize symptoms. MS weirdness is on the menu. We blame stress, sleep sneakers, solvable problems we can control. Because the alternative, relapse progression, med changes, is scary. So we practice self-preservation and call it fine. I filed it all under general MS weirdness. I wasn't ready to open Pandora's box, so I ignored the whispers. The pivot point was small, quiet, a little embarrassing, a Thursday afternoon walking for water, a path I'd taken thousands of times. Left foot didn't lift enough. Toe snagged a rug that never moved. Reflexes a fraction too slow. Down I went. Not painful, just shocking. On the floor, the pieces clicked. It was the culmination of months. You can blame stress for fatigue, carelessness for a chipped mug, but you can't blame the rug for jumping up to trip you. The problem was me. Time to act. I called my neurologist. Time for answers. That fall was my wake-up call. I got proactive. Not medical advice, just what helps me feel in control. Track, document symptom, date, time, severity. Turn feelings into data. Trust patterns. 1 day equals sign blip, week equals sign coincidence, month equals sign pattern. See your neuro. Don't wait. Bring your log. Advocate. Could this be a relapse? Should we do MRI brain and spine? Seek support. Family, friends, community. Saying it out loud shrinks fear. These 5 steps became my mantra. To my fellow MS warriors, this story isn't unique. Many of you know these is it MS or life moments. Noticing a change isn't complaining, it's reporting. Not hypochondria. Self-awareness. Paying attention is proactive. It helps us catch things early while it's still a whisper. This community exists to help each other be brave, to turn anxiety into empowerment. You are not alone. Subtle doesn't mean insignificant. Listen to the whispers. Don't dismiss your intuition. Give yourself permission to investigate. So, what was the outcome for me? After the fall, the visit, and the MRI, we got an answer. A small new active lesion in my spinal cord, matching the left foot and leg symptoms. Not the news I wanted, but the information I needed. It explained everything. It was a mild but definite relapse. We did a short steroid course and reviewed my DMT for long-term fit. Knowledge moved me from anxiety to action. I'm the captain. My neuro's the navigator. You're my crew. Ignoring signs lets the ship drift. Taking action means steering to a safe harbor. I even named my brain fog. Meet Neury. It's less scary to say Neury's acting up than to panic. Small, intentional steps. Control and hope. I'm curious, what was the first sign your MS was changing? Fatigue, balance, brain fog, something else? Share below. Someone might recognize their own sign in your story. If this resonated, please like and subscribe for more real talk about life with MS. And if Neury notices anything changing in my brain, I promise to tell you, unless he forgets.